Good morning, family. This is White Raptor News Ministries. Peace. All praise and glory to the mighty Most High, our Creator, who is one Creator, one Lord, one Savior. Starting off this lesson this morning with what does Matthew 5:17 mean? We're not going to read the whole thing, but right down here, looking, it means he brings the entirety of the scriptures to their pointed goal. The Old Testament prophetically anticipated Jesus. Okay, so the entirety of the scriptures. So if you're talking the entirety of the scriptures, then you're talking both the Old Testament and the New Testament writings. So when we jump over here to let's back this up. Give me 1 second. So here you have Jesus. Do not think that I've come to abolish the law or the prophets. I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. Okay? So Jesus came to fulfill the entirety of the law. The law is the 10 Commandments. Okay? For I tell you truly, until heaven and earth pass away, not a single jot, not a stroke of the pen will disappear from the law until everything is accomplished. Okay? So heaven and earth haven't passed, hasn't, right? No, we're still here. So prophecies are being fulfilled and they're unfolding, and not one stroke of the pen will disappear from the law until everything has been accomplished. This is Jesus telling you, folks, that you are underneath of the law. Okay? Both the Gentile and the Hebrew man are under the law. Now watch this. Here you have Paul writing, for God doesn't show favoritism, which is, I would say that that's inaccurate. The Creator does show favoritism. This God here, if we back this up to 2:11, I'm sure, is Elohim, which is a plural of the Supreme Creator. Okay? The Creator, the self-existing eternal Spirit of truth, the living God, he does show favoritism over his second creation. His second creation is over the first creation, whether you understand that or not. Not all people are equal in the Creator's eyes, okay? He does have a pecking order, folks, okay? For God does not show favoritism. All who sin apart from the law will also perish apart from the law. All, okay? Not some, not a few, not many, but all who sin apart from the law will perish apart from the law. And all who sin under the law will be judged by that law. So those that are in their sin will be punished. God's children as well will be punished by and judged by the law. Over here, King James, for as many as have sinned without the law shall also perish without the law, and also many have sinned in the law shall be judged by the law. This one here is the one that I like to read because it's the Gentiles. When the Gentiles sin, they will be destroyed, even though they never had God's written law. The law wasn't sent to the Gentile. What this means is the law came later, and the law was written for the Hebrew man, the second man, the children, the bloodline of Adam and Eve. Okay? That's the law came from that bloodline. Actually, the bloodline of Seth later on, and Adam and Eve and their other children. Okay? But so also the bloodline of Jacob and Isaac and Abraham. So when the Gentile, the United Nations, when America sins, they will be destroyed, even though they never had God's written law. It's because the Gentile are the lawless ones, and the Jews who do have God's law will be judged by that law when they fail to obey it. Notice here the word Jews. Doesn't say the word Jewish, does it? Those in the province of Jerusalem today, they don't like to be called Jews. They really don't. It's a slang to them. Why? Because the true Hebrew are a nation of men with their faces dark to the ground. Okay, here we're at Jeremiah 14:12 that says, Judah mourns, the house of Judah mourns, and her gates languish. Her people wail for the land, and a cry goes up to Jerusalem. Over here, the King James Bible, Judah mourns and her gates languish, her people wail in the land, and cries go up to Jerusalem. So, Judah mourns, King James Bible here, I'm sorry, the one I just read before was Berean Standard Text Bible. King James Bible says, Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish, they are black unto the ground. Okay? They are black, a nation of black onto the ground, and the cries of Jerusalem is gone up to where? To the Creator, to the Spirit who controls mankind and uses mankind. The Creator uses the Gentile nations to whip the Hebrew back into, this is how he teaches you. When you get into the world of sin, when you step in to the Gentile sin, this is why you're not supposed to be within the towns and cities of the Samaritans, then you're going to be punished. Okay? Some people the Creator punishes right then on the spot. You get punished, man. You end up with if you're a Hebrew man and you start dating a hoe or something like that, or a white woman like that, you've got a headache, guarantee it. Oh, I digress from the lesson. Okay, so they are black onto the ground, and that you can see here that when the Gentiles sin, they will be destroyed, even though they never had God's written law. And the Jews, so Gentile and Jews are not the same. They're two different races of people. Okay, what's the difference? Okay, here's the difference. Okay, in the creation story, they always swiftly bring and tell you that a man was created in an image of God, and then they jump right into this parable. They skip over many parables in the creation story when they're showing you these movies, when they do these cartoon animated type movies in the beginning of the creation story. They skip over about, I would say, 6 or 7 parables. All right? They start with the man in the beginning. God created man in his own image, and then they drop right down to here. Then the Lord God formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed the breath of life into his nostrils. This man that's formed from the dust of the ground is a second man, Adam. And this is what many, many Christians don't understand. It's right in your face. So it is written, the first man, Adam. Oh, hold on. Well, I'm not talking about the first man, Adam. I'm talking about the last Adam. This is the second man, Adam. There's a first man, Adam, and then there's a last man, Adam. Okay? A first and a last. And the Creator says what? I am the first and the last. Duality exists. So it is written, the first man, Adam, became a living being. Okay, the last man, Adam, a life-giving spirit. The last man, Adam, is this man here. You understand? Now you see. And the man became a living being. Pay close attention to what you're going to see in this one. In Genesis 1:26 and 27, that man that's created in an image of God does not have the breath breathed into his nostrils. Also drop down here to 2:21 and 22. So here the Creator, the Lord, the self-existing eternal one. This is a good place to show you the difference between the Lord and God. The Lord, the capital Lord, Lord here is the supreme. Okay, this is an eternal Creator. All right, it is the self-existing eternal Creator. in the Providence of Israel today, those that are in Providence and many other camps call the Lord Yahweh. They call him Yahweh. They call him Yah. Okay? Those are three different names that they give the Lord, which always reverts me back to Noah's Ark. This always takes me back to Noah's Ark, because it says in Noah's Ark, the families of Noah all got on the ark, right? So you have 8 family members that are supposed to be saved, divine 8 family members that are supposed to be saved from destruction. Don't you think that all of them that had got on the ark would have all spoke one language? And even so, if they were all spoke different languages themselves, Noah and his wife, his sons and their daughters, because the bloodline clearly shows between Ham, Japheth, and the brother and Shem. Having a hard time pulling that one up. Ham, Japheth, and Shem. Even if they all spoke different languages, then there would have only been 4 languages. But then all this is taking place before the land of Babel. And the land of Babel comes later. And then you have broken languages and stuff already starting to exist before the land of Babel. So the story here is really, really messed up. Okay? So then you have, the Lord, the self-existing eternal one, and then this God here. Who is it? Again, this God here is Elohim, 430 of the Strong's Concordance, which is plural of Eloah. This Eloah is spelt in many different ways. This is Eloah, Elohim, El Elyon, all of them. El Shaddai. This is plural of God. Gods in the ordinary sense, but specifically used. This is also key. This God here that is created, okay, from the Supreme. This is the Supreme, and this is something that is used of the Supreme. This is the Creator, the Spirit, the self-existing eternal Spirit, which cannot be seen from anyone, which created mankind. He uses mankind. This God here is mankind, caused the man to fall into a deep sleep. The mankind didn't cause anybody to fall into a deep sleep. This is how mankind grafted themselves into the Bible. Now, me personally, myself, I just worship the Creator. Okay? When you have the Lord here, it's a self-existing eternal Creator. It's the reason I'm always trying to figure a language out underneath of this. I'm seeking for the word craft that is deeper underneath of the spelling, acronyms. Is there a darker meaning? Could the Lord here draw L being the single letter that says L, and they consider L as the supreme God. Okay, L being life or death. The Lord is both life or death. You understand that? The Lord created death, which is the God of this realm. Okay, gods of this realm. The Creator said, well, there are no other gods. The Creator says that He is alone and by Himself, and that there are no other gods that exist. So the gods that exist are these here. This is where you have your separation. You can, if you read the Bibles, you can always tell that there's 2 different things that are going on here. Now, when the men began to multiply on the face of the earth, the men in this parable are the Hebrew. Now, when the Hebrew began to multiply on the face of the earth, and the daughters were born to them. So when the daughters were born to the Hebrews, when they start to grow in numbers and stuff and multiply, and then they started looking good, the sons of God. That's who they are. These people here, these sons of God, they're the ones that consider themselves God, the sons of God. Okay, saw that the daughters of men were beautiful. The daughters of the Hebrew men were beautiful. The daughters of dark-skinned women were beautiful. And they took as wives whoever they chose. No, they raped them. They took. Okay? They didn't come to the Hebrew man or say, hey, man, your wife is very fair and beautiful to me, man. Could I marry your wife? No, they took all whom they chose. So these who consider themselves sons of God consider themselves. Sorry, I said that the wrong way. They consider themselves sons of God. Okay, here we go. And here, this is the second man formed from the dust. This is the bloodline of Adam and Eve. Okay, this is the bloodline where when the men began to multiply on the face of the earth. They're not the same as this man here. See, here we're at the 6th day of creation, and this has everything to do with the Revelation 13:18. Has everything to do with this song, this parable here. The beast are 666. Well, the beast is a man, folks. Okay? The beast is a man. Let me show you something. So what did old Dickerson say there for you at the very end? 666, the one for you and me. What is he talking about? He's talking about this one here, created on the 6th day of creation. Here's a call for wisdom. Let the one with insight, that's me. Okay, calculate the number of the beast. I'm calculating the number of the beast for you. It's the beast that was created on the 6th day. Here's the beast. God made the beast of the earth, each according to their kinds. Folks, these are the beasts of the earth, all right? The Creator says do not kill, okay? They changed it to do not murder, okay? It doesn't matter if you can change it to murder right here, man. The bottom line is if your United States military, your armed forces, your Marine Corps, your armies, and your navies go into other countries, okay? We go into other countries and we wage a war on them and we do preeminent strikes. Then it says in the Bible, do not murder. But it also says that a man can defend himself in his home. So these people here are the beasts of the field. They're the ones that go into other countries and invade. Well, I've never seen our country invaded, only for what they tell us in our education system and what we went through to break free from British Empire. But we've never broken free from the British Empire. It's all been a shit and caboodle show for you folks. None of it exists. Okay, you need to understand that freedom means that the freedom to fall from the Creator. You understand that? It means the right to rebel against your Creator. That's what freedom means, okay? Now, on this plane of existence. But true freedom is worshiping the Creator alone. So these here, what you're looking at, all these nations here, 193 different nations, all proud, haughty, arrogant, stupid, dumb, idiots, gonna all burn in the eternal fire. Not only are they gonna burn in the eternal fire, the governments that send them off to war are gonna burn in the eternal fire. And not only are the governments that send them off to war are gonna burn in the fire, you that voted government officials are all going to burn in the fire. So when it says here in Genesis 1:25, God made the beast of the earth according to their kinds, he is specifically speaking about the beast nations. He's speaking about the United Nations. The sixth day is a six. The beast created on the sixth day of creation is a six. And then this man right here, who is given dominion over the beast of the field, this energy force was given power over the host system. Who gives power to the beast? Well, no one gives power other than the Creator. The Creator alone is the one that moves all things in place. This reality construct here has been hijacked. So God said, let us make man in our image. Okay? This man that's created in an image of God is the phantom. Okay? That's a ghost, folks. A phantom is a ghost, and a ghost is a spirit of the dead. This man that's created on the sixth day of creation is an illusion. It's not real. It's a false impression on reality. This man that's created on the sixth day of creation without the breath of God, without the Spirit of God on it, is an idol. Who is everybody idolizing on this plane of existence? This man right here in Colossians 1:15. The Son, Jesus Christ, is the image of the invisible God. That's this one here. Boy, they're lagging on my computer, folks. Then God said, let us make man in our image. Okay? Who's the image? The Son is the image. This is the one that says in Revelations 22:13, behold, I am coming soon. Jesus says, Jesus is coming. Behold, Jesus says, I am coming soon. And my reward is with me to give each one according to what he has done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first letter of the Greek alphabet and the last letter of the Greek alphabet, the first born. Who's the first born? Right here. Colossians 1:15. The Son is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation. Who's the firstborn in an image of God? The Son, Jesus, is the firstborn in an image of God. And he is this one here that's created in Genesis 1:26. Then God said, let us make man in our image. This one created in an image has no breath of life on it. So when Jesus says here in Revelations 22:13, I am the Alpha, the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. The first is the firstborn, okay? And he is the beginning and the end. Jesus had a beginning. Jesus was born. And after he died, Jesus is the beginning. He was born. And he is the end. Jesus died. And Jesus is what? Coming to give each one according to what he has done. Well, what's he coming to give each one according to what he's done with? The Son is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation. He's coming soon to give each one according to what he's done. What's he coming with? Lagging, man. They're just now, when I only have a few windows open, man, my computer runs fine, but as soon as I get up around 7 or 8 windows, it lags terribly. Okay, do not assume that I've come to bring peace to the earth, the sword of the gospel. But whoever denies me before men, Jesus says, I will also deny him before my Father in heaven. Okay, understand that when he says this, my Father in heaven, he's talking about a pope who has made a throne here on this plane of existence. You got to understand, this plane of existence is heaven for Satan. Satan loves the world. Satan loves the flesh. The Father here is, you didn't see, they tell you that Jesus was born through an immaculate conception. Jesus wasn't born through an immaculate conception. He was born through his father. His father is the Pope. His father, all right? And Jesus is coming. He's not coming to bring peace. He's coming to bring the sword. He's coming to bring the sword. What's he coming to bring a sword with? He's coming to bring a sword because he's going to cut your frickin' heads off of your shoulders, because he's not come to bring peace to the earth. How come you Christians can't read that and understand that Jesus is not the Prince of Peace? It says he's the Prince of Peace, but how can you be a Prince of Peace if you're coming to bearing a sword? You bring peace through war. That's what Jesus rules. He brings peace through war. He's okay, this will probably be the last parable, folks. Here I'm trying to teach you that we live on a plane of identity theft, okay? Thick as thieves. Everybody's stealing from everybody. I mean, the low little street stealer, the little fucking shoplifter is nothing compared to the government, okay? Is nothing compared to Wall Street. They rob old people of their money, man. They are demons. They're parasites. They set up the boiler rooms. They set up the prostitution on Facebook, on Snapchat, on all these eHarmony, on all these date sites, on all of them. It's all the same thing. There's nothing but hoes on those dating sites, okay? If you got a dating site that's saying loyal women at 50 years of age, if they were loyal, then why are they in a dating site? Because they're not loyal. They don't know how to be loyal. That's why they're looking for love on an internet. You'll never find it. So Isaiah 9:6 tells us, for unto us a child is born. Okay? What's that? That is Jesus Christ crucified. I'm sorry. Who's that? That is Jesus of Nazareth. Unto us a son is given. A son is given is the star God, and the governments will be upon his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, and Prince of Peace. Jesus will be called Prince of Peace. How can you be called Prince of Peace? So then, in other words, maybe peace is a dirty word on the underlining dark side. Why do you have the word ace in the word peace? Because we all know what an ace is. Isn't this what an ace is? Somebody who shoots planes out of the sky and, goes into other countries and flies over other people's lands and shoots people down and get awarded with the flag for each one that you shoot down. It takes 5 kills from an aircraft pilot to receive his ace. You understand? But what's odd about this? Look at here. When you look at this, he's got 14 strikes, right? And then the number 19. Well, here, look at what the number 19 represents. Okay, so also duality exists. So the number 19 now, that was in the Greek concordance, but in the Hebrew Strong's concordance, the number 19 is opposite of that. You see, it means to slaughter. So the number 19 in the Hebrew concordance means to slaughter. This here aircraft pilot 19, okay, means to slaughter. 1419 of the Strong's concordance means to properly, doubly heavy, describing what? Hebrew, it means, shall they come out with great substance, will come possessions many. But in the Greek, here you have heavy, doubly heavy, properly, doubly heavy. Here, real quick, COVID-19. This is why they had 19. Why didn't they just call COVID 2019? Because everything has purpose. Okay, this was a planned demic, folks. You understand? COVID means Certificate of Vaccination Identification. The word corona has 6 letters in the spelling, and when you add the sum of the word corona, it comes to 66. Corona means 666. The Bill Gates vaccine patent microchip number is WO 2020 060606. Okay? When you went into the hospital and they gave you took your temperature, what did they do? They scanned your forehead or your right hand. You see, what you got to understand is it's the scan that is the mark of the beast. No fool on the face of the earth is going to go and put a barcode on their freaking hand or put a barcode on their forehead or anything, folks. Come on. You'd have to really be a dumb person to let your government say, come on in, we got a tattoo, 00096, please. You know? Come on. People that couldn't possibly be that stupid. The mark of the beast is straight up the World Health Organization. There's guilty about everything. Here's everything else, man. If people that are locked into the mainstream media on news are completely blinded, they know nothing, they're all going to burn in hell, man. Everybody that's locked into mankind and believes that mankind can save them is thumbing their nose up at God. When you put your faith into the military, you're thumbing your nose up at God. God is the shield. God is the one that moves all things in place. He is the one that uses our host bodies for his approval and doing whatever it is he wants, whether he wants to kill somebody or not. If you're out there raping women and leaving them into a pit, eventually somebody's going to come up behind your head and bust your head open with a baseball bat. It's just going to happen that way. Or you're going to get a bullet between your eyes. Or you're going to get shot down through a drive-by shooting. You're going to be one of those aimless little people just minding your own business, walking down the street, and a stray bullet comes upside your head. This is the way that the Creator works, okay? If you think your child is innocent, that is out there on the streets and just got shot down in a drive-by shooting, no, your child got shot down by a drive-by shooting because he's been doing some shitty shit that you don't know about, and God's going to take care of it. That's the way he deals. So all praise and glory to the mighty Most High, our Creator. He is one spirit. There's only one, okay? Everything else is creation, and the Creator says you're to worship nothing that is creation. You're to worship nothing that moveth upon the face of the earth. Did Jesus moveth upon the face of the earth? Yes, he did. So wake up, folks, or you're going to be left in the hellfire. This is White Raptor News Ministries. Peace.